Good evening and welcome to episode 5 of season 9 of Factory Town Pipe Mania, where we can upgrade the base again, which is awesome because we have red coins and everything is brilliant. But everything is not brilliant because I made a small mistake and I didn't hold any items back. We have no stone and no stone brick, and what has happened here is that obviously our stone has all been put into here, converted into stone brick, and the stone brick has all been sold, which is not ideal. We really didn't want to do that because now I have no stone or stone brick to build with. So we need to fix that. Fortunately, there's a very easy way to do it when it comes to barns, because barns have filters and they have inputs and outputs and other bits and pieces. So what I can do is I can change this to be an input, and that means that this inventory, which for some bizarre reason is not updating in real time, but is now an input. This single slot in the barn, there's 4 slots, is an input, which means workers can only put things in, and pipes and chutes and everything can only put things in, nothing can come out of it. But we can use this slot to build with, so our overall stone storage will fill up. We can do the same here. We can go to this filter here, we can make this an input. So what will happen is our workers will fill this up to 50, and then once they get over 50, the ones in these 3 storage slots will come out, go to the stone mason, get converted into stone brick, go here. This will fill up with 50 stone brick, and then when it gets to 51, it will start selling the stone brick again, which is the better way of doing things, because then we haven't got to worry about not having anything on hand to build when we want to build it. And that's important. We need to have things on hand to build. There was another comment as well, which mentioned, well, there was two. There was two. Claybone mentioned that we can put food markets in different places, which makes sense. You can put a food market over here to sell the grain direct from the farm. That would be doable. We could run a path up, down, and around. It's a little awkward because it's quite a fair oomph to get up and down. We've got to use a lot of space to get up and down, so it's kind of a little bit difficult to do that. But it's doable. You could put a food market over here and sell the stuff over here rather than having to ship it all the way in. So that's always an option. But the other comment was that I could be selling the raw products as well as the sold product. So if we go underground here, right now we have the grain coming in to the mill and being processed into flour, the flour to the bakery being processed into bread, and the bread being sold. So what we can do is, if we pause this and we change things up, we're going to get rid of this one here. If we run this line to here, and then run this line to here, and then run a line there, what will happen here is obviously the wheat will come along, or the grain will come along, go into the grain mill and be processed into flour, but anything that's not, because the grain mill is full, will pass on and be sold. The flour will come out of the grain mill, go into the kitchen. If the kitchen is full, it will pass on and be sold, and then the bread will be sold. So we will get more money. And money is important because Omnipipes require money to place down, so I think that's a good idea. Thank you very much for mentioning that. If we unpause the game, you see everything will move here. Oh, this wants to be an input only, and this wants to be an yeah, and this wants to be an input only. There we go. Okay. So they won't pull out of the area. They'll only input into it, and then if there's bread spare or flour spare, it will carry on. So that'll give us a more money on there. We've got more happiness as well, because obviously that will sell more things, get more happiness. So we can click this and boom, there we go, more houses. Awesome. Let's upgrade the base as well, because we can. Boom, there we go. Waha. And we need more red coins to upgrade the next. So that's awesome. So let's put in some more houses. I don't think I can get them back here. Well, I can put them back here, but we can't connect rows to them. Actually, no, we can. No, we'll do that. Let's see here. So we want to do something like that. And that. There's 2 of them. And put in 2 more houses here somewhere. 1, 2. There we go. And they upgrade instantly to level 2, which is awesome. Okay. So with that being done, that being sorted and dusted and blah, blah, we need to expand out and look at some things. We've got plenty of area to expand out into here. Not much actual building area, realistically, but that's okay. We can always flatten down terrain at a later date. Terrain flattening requires red coins. You see here, requires red coins, so we need to be selling more red coins for things. So I kind of think we should work on that, but also work on our next tech level as well. That would make a bit of sense. We do have plenty of research left to do in here, tailors and animal things and whatnot. So we do get caravans and wagons and things. They are part of the game. I remember saying previously that we don't get them, so I didn't want to store any wheels for them, but we do get them. I'm just not really going to use them because we have Omnipipes. I want to try and put everything onto Omnipipe. It's only gathering the raw resources whilst I don't have a farm to gather them. We'll do that. Plus, I'm just using these potatoes here. We're just going to get rid of them. Be done with it. But what we want to set up is a proper forestry area because, I mean, this is working fine. This is doing the job here. Not a problem. The general store can sell planks if we wanted to. And that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because then we'd get more red coins. So let's sell that as well. We'll stick another general store in and we'll stick it back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to again filter this so that we always have 50 in stock because we always want to have some in stock for ourselves. And then we'll just do that. There we go. And you can sell to the houses and we can get more red coins. And there's our red coins jumping up. Yay. Okay. So we've got some carrots over here. That would be useful too. We've got more grain over there. More grain's always useful. We've got some iron here. That would be nice to get hold of. Mining would be kind of a nice thing to go for next, but I don't think we're there for mining yet. I think mining's the next... Yeah, mining's the next tier level. So we need cloth conveyor belts. And we need wooden railways. So we need to research both of those. So let's research both of those. Click. And can't afford wooden railways because I need 200 points. We'll get there in just a moment, I think. In a minute. So what do we need to do that? What do we need to make the cloth conveyor belt? So let's put a workshop down. And let's have a look, see here. So cloth conveyor belts either require wooden conveyor belts and cloth to make cloth conveyor belt, or wheels and cloth to make cloth conveyor belt. Now, if you go the route of the wooden conveyor belt, it's just wood and two lots of wood, and it makes the one in 4 seconds, and that would save you 2 work units to do that. Or you can just go with the wheels. Now, the wheels require 2 planks, so if you are struggling and want to try and make the best, most efficient use of your goods, then going the wood conveyor belt route is the better way. It uses 2 more wood. 2 wood and 2 planks. That uses 2 planks. Oh yeah, the wood will. So that will use 4 planks, and this will use 2 planks. But then again, if I remember correctly, isn't it a 1-to-1? Yeah, 1 wood to 1 plank. So the actual recipe is exactly the same price. Instead of going wood to planks, planks to wheels, and wheels to conveyor belts, you go wood to conveyor belt, and then conveyor belt to there. So you miss out the gears, the wooden wheels, but it's the same. It's the same because this is 2 wood, and 2 planks, and this is 4 planks, which means it's 4 wood, and that becomes 4 wood. So the recipe is exactly the same. It's just quicker. So always looking at which ways to go with that. I don't know whether one was more efficient than the other, but it's not really. It's just that's actually the better one because that is obviously 4 and 4. Although you could have these in different buildings and they would be running at the same time. So for speed wise, you could make that. But I'm just going to go with the cloth conveyor belts with wheels because that makes sense. And we're probably also going to make wheels here. We're going to have a little setup on the side because we can't place cloth conveyor belts down in the world, so there's no point in like even basically storing them, putting them in a barn. There's just no point for it. We also can't put rails in the world, so there's no point in storing them in the barn either. Speaking of rails, we can unlock rails. And you can make wooden rails as well, which requires wooden stone. Just stone, not stone brick. So that's an interesting thing. Also, what do chutes need? Chutes, yeah, we'll unlock chutes as well, because chutes can be useful in this situation, because we're going to use one barn to do everything, or one workshop to do everything. And I don't really want to store many of these, because there's no point. You can upgrade cloth conveyor belts to, what's it next? But we just need to make 25 of them. We don't need to store them. We don't need to do anything with them, so I'm just going to literally try and make 25 of them. So, we want wooden rail, cloth conveyor belt, wooden wheels being made in here. Excuse me, wooden wheel. Hello. That's weird. I can't tick. Oh, we got a problem. We got a problem here. So do I have to tick them in here? Is that working? Nope. Ah, I cannot set multiple recipes in the same building. We have found a, oh no. Got wooden wheels. Right, so I've got to hold shift. I've got to hold shift and click them up here. Okay, that I don't feel. I feel like you're supposed to be able to tick these. That's how it used to work. So that's weird. We also want cloth as well, and we're going to do cloth. So if I hold shift and click, it adds it, but then it removes the window there. So okay, so that's there. We are on the experimental version, the beta testing version. So some things are bound to cause issues, but that's okay. So you have got all these wonderful things, and you need a few other things. So we need to be put into here. We need planks, we need cotton, we need wheels, and we need more planks. So let's set up a little thing in here to just make this individually. And as I said, we want to make 25 of each, and that's all this setup's going to be. It's probably going to be removed afterwards, so I'm not even fussed about it. It's just a temporary setup to get our tech level, because we can't use the actual conveyor belts at all. So let's put a lumber mill down. A lumber mill is going to do planks. Let's get a forester. The forester is going to do trees. Let's get a farm. Now the farm we do kind of want to keep, because the farm cotton's useful, so we may want to keep the farm. I might fill in this lake at some point. We've got fish in here we could sell, but we might fill this lake. Let's get rid of this tree here, which costs us money to remove trees. Boom. Let's put in a farm here. Boom. There you go. And you are going to farm out cotton, or automatically set to cotton. Fantastic. Cool. If you put down a farm near resources, it will automatically tick what resources you want to do. If you add resources later, you have to choose which one you want it to harvest, because you might not want to farm harvesting any one. Or you can tick auto manage, and it will automatically detect what crops are within its range and pick them up as in when it wants to. So I think we'll leave that like that. That'll be fine. Okay. And then we need stone as well, and that's why I wanted to unlock the chute. Now the chute is a fantastic thing. The chute, we do that. The chute is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a chute. You drop items on it, and they roll downhill. They don't roll uphill. Uphill is a no-no for chutes. You can't go up. You can only go down. So if we grab a worker, and we say, "Hey, would you grab stone here?" Keep doing that, and put it onto there. Stone will roll down the hill, and it picks up speed as it's rolled down the hill as well. So if you're going downhill, sometimes chutes can actually be the fastest transport. They can be fast Omnipipes, other bits and pieces. We could have done the whole crate thing with Omnipipes behind it. We could also do the whole chute thing here. We could shoot down into things, but it would be a bit awkward because of distance and stuff. But yeah, so that's going to be doing the thing there. That's we want to go underground, and we want to go. Hey, you go to there. You go to there. And so you're going to make planks, and then planks are made and put into there. And then when you have enough planks, you will make wooden wheels and wooden rails. And I don't quite know what order it's going to do it in. Yes, so it does a round robin. So it does the first recipe, and then with the next resources, it does the next recipe, and so on and so forth. Which is the better way of doing things, I feel. And then we just do that, and you can get cotton, and then cotton will be made into cloth, and then cloth will be used to make cloth conveyor belts, and everything will be awesome, and we start making things. Now, as I said, I don't really want to store many of these things. There's no point in storing them. So I'm literally just going to put 2 crates behind. And do this, and this is going to be for wooden rails, and this is going to be for cloth conveyor belts, and that's what we need. So the 20 can be stored in the crate, and then the 10 can be stored in here, so we will make 30 of each. We only need 25 of each, and that can trundle along and do its thing. It's not very efficient, it's not very fast, it's the worst way of doing things, but it's just to get our tech up. That's what it's for. I can throw more workers into here just to speed some things up in it. That would make sense. As you see, it's doing multiple recipes, and the work unit, so it currently can produce three a second, is being spread amongst all of the recipes at once. So it doesn't just spend like 3 on this one, 3 on that one, 3. It's spread. It shares them amongst all of them. So overall, you generally want to do more buildings than do this with people in them. But this is just a temporary stock. I'll put 5 people in there as well. Get that going. Which means you need 1 log a second, and you like that. There you go. Now you're getting 1 log a second. That should all be working perfectly well now. Gotta wait for this to do its thing. Yeah, away it goes. Away it goes. Okay, well whilst that's going, let's do anything here. One thing I didn't particularly look at was what we can sell. We can sell cotton. So we might look into selling cotton. We can't sell any of the, like we can't sell wooden rails and conveyor belts and stuff. They're not interested in any of them, so. But we can sell cotton, so we might just do that. We might just have this farm, when it's done, this just shipping over and selling directly to a general store. Just to try and get some more red coins popping up for us. Might not be a bad idea. I might, whilst we got the people, throw more in there to try and get this going faster, so that we can actually. No, we don't need to. We don't need to. We're not actually selling enough. The planks take 30 seconds to sell. We're making enough to sell them, so we are saturated on planks. No point doing that. We are saturated on flour and bread. We're not on grain. More workers. More workers in the farms. Farms are definitely worth doing. Farms and foresters are worth doing. Production buildings, probably not. It's not worth doing that sort of thing. But. Okay, so you should now fill up on wooden rails. Yep. And then you fill up on wheels. And you fill up. So actually, you filled up on wooden rails. I can remove the wheel recipe from. If I can remove the wheel recipe from you. There we go. I can untick it like that. Does that actually remove it? Is that, yes, it did. Right, okay. Because there's no point in making any more wooden wheels. Oh no, we do need wooden wheels. Sorry. What am I saying? What am I saying? We need wooden wheels for the cloth conveyor belts, don't we? It's wooden rails we don't need any more of, and that's fine because you're going to fill up all the rails and you're done anyway. So that's fine. So we do need wooden wheels. Yes, it's going to use the lumber. That's what it is. It's going to use the planks to make the wooden wheels. Brain fail. But that's fine. That's doing its thing. That's working. Everything is fantastic. So thinking, what else can we get? What else can we get and do to do things? What else have we got in research-wise? We have the animal pasture, which is one that I would like to get into because we can then start doing farming. But I also really want to get some more red coin. Maybe let's unlock boat building, which may seem like a weird way of doing it because, hey, why are we unlocking boat building? Doesn't fish sell for yeah, fish sell for yellow coins. Even cooked fish sell for yellow coins. But up here, I believe, oh no, fish also sells for blue coins. That skips it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we'll get a workshop doing cloth. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. We should maybe work on a workshop getting cloth. So I want to fill in this lake. We want to fill in this lake. Get a boat. Oh, we can unlock tech level. Woo, unlock new things. Basic medicine. Cool. And the laboratory. Awesome. Now we need metal rails and iron wheels and things like that. So, yeah. But right. What I'm going to do is you're going to fill up all the stuff. Right. You're going to fill up all the stuff, which is. But what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to take the third one of this and plug it in here. Now this is awkward. Can't go. Oh, you can cross Omnipipe lanes. No problem. So if I did this, these two will not interact. But I can't do this because there is an Omnipipe connector. It will connect to the connect. So you can't do that. I've got to run it through there between the two, like this. Then you are going to do cloth. We're going to sell cloth. Which will get us some more red and should perhaps boost our happiness. Yes, click. There you go. You really want to click the population bonus the second it appears, because like here, we had loads of cloth in storage, so you get a boost, which puts your happiness up to a certain point. But it's not sustainable because obviously you'll work through all the backlog of the cloth that you have in this instance, and then the happiness will drop again. And if it drops below the number, you can't click the button again. So it's always important. As soon as that appears, as soon as it pops, click it, grab it, job done. There you go. We've got 6 new happiness now, so even more. And we can upgrade the base again. I'm not going to do that yet. I want to save the red coins for Terraform. So we're going to put in a. Right, how much do you store? You store 10. Yeah, so we're going to put in a crate here. We're going to say, hey, would you take fish and drop into the crate? And then would you take this and just drop it there and sell raw fish? We could cook fish as well. We could happily add that to the kitchen and cook some fish. But we're kind of overusing things here. I could put another kitchen in and do bits. There's many things I could do and many things I will do when we move, because this is not going to be the town layout that we want to do. I do want to flatten the terrain down. We are going to do a lot of terraforming in this game. That's the plan. The plan is to be doing a lot of terraforming and flattening stuff down. So all these hills and things you see, we're going to terraform. We're going to flatten basically the world, flatten essentially the entire world down to sea level. But it requires a lot of coins to do, so we have to be making this stuff to do the coin. So that's always going to be exciting to try and do and figure out. You are... Oh, your input is full. Oh, one other thing as well, which I haven't mentioned before. If you do have multiple recipes, like here, you'll see we have inputs and outputs. If you have multiple recipes, when a building creates an item that is for its input, it will fill the input first. So for instance, it took 20 cloth and is holding the 20 cloth. It won't output the 20 cloth. So any cloth that's made here will go to the input first, then will be exported. So you haven't got to worry about pulling goods out and then the workshop not having the cloth to make the cloth conveyor belts. It will always fill its input first. So that's why we've got these all stored here. If you untick the recipes for these here, it will change this to be storage, and then you can just take them and dump them into the world wherever you want to do. So we want to do that because I don't really want this doing any more stuff here. So we don't want wooden rails, we don't want cloth conveyor belt. I don't think that unticking them, no, unticking is not working. I have to hold shift and click them, which is odd. But, yeah. And there you go, you see now it has storage, which is awesome. It should be outputting the storage, but why is it not doing that? So my guess would be the connector underground, the auto config. We untick this and click off and back on it again. Withdraws from output, doesn't withdraw from storage. So you need to go in here and tick this, and then we'll see, there you go, that 10 extra cloth that we had is now being grabbed. Cool. Okay. And we can untick wooden wheels as well. Not that we're making any wooden wheels because we're full, but we can untick that, which means now you have an input of cotton and an output of cloth, and you have all these in your storage, which is fine. It can just sit there for a minute. You don't lose items. If I was to delete this building, all the storage would end up back into the main base. So you don't lose any items, so it's not a big deal. So, yeah. So let's look at these ratios here, shall we? So we're currently having 5 workers make cloth, which is 3 a second. It needs 4 work units. That's 2 cloth every 1.2 seconds. That is 1 cloth a second. That is 2 cloth a second. So that should be able to keep up with this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And what we can do as well is we can remove these buildings here. We don't need them. We can remove... In fact, to be honest with you, we can remove all this and redo it. That's what I should do. That's what I should do. Let's turn this down, because this was just to build the things we wanted to build. We'll turn this off, so it won't be sitting anymore. We'll let it use up cloth and bits and pieces it's got there. I want to add a new thing to my action bar. In the tools, I want to have select blocks. Select blocks, drag that down to my action bar here. Don't need the move tool, it's just M on the keyboard. Boom. Because select blocks allows you to select everything underground. You can do this sort of thing and then press delete. Boom. You know, it gets rid of all the things underground. If you press tab if you're above the world and press tab, you get select columns. If you're underground and press tab, you get whatever you're building on. So it's switches between the connectors and the Omnipipes. So it can be useful, but doesn't give you the option you necessarily want. Okay, I'm going to delete this as well, and we're going to delete all this. Okay, we'll get rid of all that. We don't need it anymore. And you, I'm afraid you can go as well. Thank you very much. And that's it. All that ends up in the base anyway. There you go. Boom. Conveyor belts, other bits and pieces, all in the base. So nice and easy. So we have a farm producing cotton. And then we want to have this cotton producing farm turn the cotton into cloth, and then the cloth be sold, but also the cotton be sold if we don't need the cotton. So I want to flatten the terrain down. And I want to because we cannot plant cotton. If I grab the cotton, we cannot plant cotton on here. It's incompatible. So if I flatten this corner down, we can't plant it here. We can only put production buildings on stone. So it makes more sense to move the farm this side and then use the area that was water to do that. But I don't know whether the water area is actually grass underneath or whether it's sand. So let's level this up. It is grass. And you'll see as I'm dragging this, my red coins do drop. They go 1k. It's not so bad just we're doing 1 tile up, so it costs, like, if it's here, 5. It costs 5 coins to move that 1 tile up. If I was, however, to do like here, it's 35 coins to do that 1 tile. So flattening down a mountain can easily cost 1,000 coins and generally give you a bad day. So move you over to here. We need to flatten down some more terrain around the outside here. When you've got loads of coins, it's fine. You can grab this tool and you can just increase the size of it and lower the size of it. So like increase the size here. See, doing that will cost 305 coins. But early game, you probably want to be doing it slowly, piece by piece. But you see now, I want to flatten down this corner here, and 2 tiles in the corner there. I think we're just going to ignore those tiles over there. Be fine. This costs 40 to go, so I'm just going to increase this here, and we're going to go hook, hook. Let's remove the trees here. Boom, and boom. There you go. And now we have a lovely cotton field. I'm going to get rid of that one on the edge there because it's not being used. We have a lovely cotton field, and the cotton will then be converted into grain. Converted into grain, if only. No, the cotton. Whoa. Remember, when I'm doing flat terrain, you've got to start on the flat piece and then build out. This thing. Boom. So we want to have a workshop here. You're going to be doing cloth from cotton. Okay. Very bizarre that you can't tick things. It doesn't seem to do the second tick. That's not supposed to be the way that happened. Doesn't matter which way buildings face. I just tend to face buildings because that's how my brain works. So we want to go you to there, and then you to there, and then you. So we'll do the layout there, boom, like that. And then this just wants to be an input. Okay, and then we want to look at how this works. So this takes 2 every 4 seconds. So we need 2 every 4 seconds. We're currently doing 1 every 4 seconds. So we need to double our people, and that's 1 a second, which will make 4 every 2 seconds. Hold on, that's not right, is it? Brain. It doesn't matter because we're going to be selling the excess anyway. So having a bit more is not a problem. We can literally just throw 10 people in here and throw 5 people in here, and there you go. Now this is outside of the town's influence, so I can't run a path to get the bonus work speed on this, or in fact I can't get the bonus processing from this, which we probably want. Yeah, it does add the cloth to it, so we might move that. So yeah, I think that would make sense actually to move it closer to the town and then run a path out to it somehow. Oh, you know what we'll do? We will move it up here. We'll flatten down a bit of the terrain up here. And we'll move you up here because we definitely want to take advantage of the double bonus because it gives us free resources, and we want free resources. Free resources are awesome. Boom. And boom. Change that to input. That will work exactly the same way. There you go. Boom. 5 workers in there, and every now and then, every foot is we have a 40% chance to produce double the output. If we upgrade the base, let's do that. Boom. There you go. We've upgraded the base. We're now level 5. I believe that should give us a 50% chance, which is awesome. Awesome. This is not getting any cotton yet because it hasn't farmed any of the cotton yet. And we need to get into farm tiles into that, but we'll do that next episode because time. So yes, we'll leave this one here. We shall come back next time and we shall carry on from there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.